Hello everyone, my name is Mudit Gupta. So in this lesson, I would be making a model timetable because many of you have been asking in the comment section regarding what should be a model timetable. Even though I have, specified the strategy and the number of days that are to be allocated, but many of you were asking for a framework timetable, the model timetable that is to be followed on an everyday basis, and how the time allocation should be done on a daily basis. So in this lesson, I would be breaking up your entire day into different time slots, different hours, including the breaks and everything. So I would just like to communicate the model timetable that would be relevant for you over the period of next 6 months. This is something about me. Also, you can follow me on Facebook. My Facebook ID is mudit.gupta.372. So let us look at the model timetable because many of you have asked regarding the same. I don't know whether it would be useful for many of you or not, but this is the best timetable that I could think of. This is the best, combination of subjects and time that I could think of. So I would be just presenting to you a model framework as to how you can just proceed about the preparation for the next 6 months. So now I'm just assuming that you would wake up at 6 a.m. Then first hour, that is 7 to 10, obviously after getting up you would be requiring some time to get ready to study. So if you are taking up the static subject first, so from 7 to 10, like 3 hours shift. So if you would remember my 180-day strategy, so in that I have mentioned that about 6 hours are to be given to the static portion every day. 6 hours to the static portion, 4 hours the 4 hours to current affairs, and then 1.5 hours to revision, 30 minutes to CSAT. So this was a model timetable that we had prepared. So now in this lesson we would be dealing with how to utilize those 6 hours, 4 hours, 1.5 hours. So now for the first 3 hours after just waking up, you can just go in for the static subject. That is the first subject for the day. So you can go in for that. That would be an ideal case because personally speaking, I prefer to take up the static subject first before the current affairs because static subjects are a bit more difficult to understand. They require more focus, more dedication. And when you are fresh in the day, in the morning, then you can definitely go in for the static subject up front. So in my personal opinion, you can go in for the static subject in the first shift. Rest is your opinion. You can improvise as per your own needs. Then you can go in for a break of about 45 minutes because breaks are also necessary. If you would keep on studying without any breaks, so that your mind won't be able to grasp much stuff. So I would recommend to take small breaks and regular breaks if possible because these breaks would refresh you, and so you need to realize the importance of breaks. So I would recommend that please go in for short breaks after every shift. After this, the next shift that we had decided in the 180-day strategy was the polity. That is 3 hours for the first static subject. Then, out of 6 hours, 3 hours are gone for this subject, static subject. The remaining 3 hours are to be kept for polity. And after polity is over, it was in this particular shift that we had talked about the general science strategy. So in these 3 hours, you can go in for polity, and so after this particular 3 hours polity, the 6 hours of static portion would be over, and then we would shift towards current affairs part. So in my opinion, it would be better if you can go in for the current affairs part later in the day. First go in for the static part because definitely static part is much more, it requires much more attention, much more focus. So when you are fresh in the day, in the morning when you wake up, so at that time you have maximum energy. So in my opinion, you can go in for the static portion first, and after that you can go in for the current affairs. Now you can take a 1 hour break or so. So slightly increase the duration of the break as the day goes by because you would get more tired, so you can take a bigger break. Now coming to the current affairs part, we need to allocate 4 hours for current affairs, and within that 4 hours we have several things to do. PIB, newspaper, Yojana, revision, everything we need to do. And so as far as the 4-hour current affairs shift is concerned, so first of all 45 minutes are to be given to PIB. Not more than 45 minutes are required. Just read the PIB and do note making from PIB. So that would take somewhere around 45 minutes to 1 hour. So that is the first shift in current affairs can be given to PIB so that one portion is over. Now second portion is newspaper and the editorials. Almost 2.5 to 2 hours 45 minutes are to be kept aside for newspaper because you would be reading newspaper, making notes, digging into internet. If you have something to be understood, then obviously you can go in for net, and within this duration only, if you want, you can practice the current affair MCQs and also the daily editorial analysis that I'm running. So you can use this particular slot for these courses as well. Apart from this, these 45 minutes you can use for magazine. Like this is 45 minutes, this is 2 hours 45 minutes, so we have 3.5 hours. We still have somewhere around 30 to 45 minutes left for current affairs portion. So this slot you can use for either magazine, like Yojana or Kurukshetra. So this slot you can use for magazine. Again, take a break. Then we have 1.5 hours of revision, 45 minutes for the static part and 45 minutes for the current part. So this slot of 1.5 hours can be utilized for revision, and immediately after this 30 minutes for CSAT. So I think all the components have been covered as far as this particular timetable is concerned. I have covered the static part, I have covered polity, I have covered all the breaks, and also the current affairs portion is complete, revision is there, and CSAT is also there. So I think that this should be the model timetable as far as prelims 2018 is concerned. Now, this is the best possible combination that I could think of. You should take good amounts of breaks in between, because breaks are really necessary to refresh yourself. Just go out for a walk, or go to terrace and walk. You may listen to songs or anything, any recreational activity you can take up in these small breaks. Take good amount of breaks, take good amount of sleep as well. Don't compromise on breaks and sleep. This is my personal advice, that if you're compromising on any of these two aspects, then you would end up frustrating yourself with the preparation process. So you need to enjoy the preparation process rather than getting frustrated from it. So take good amount of breaks, take good amount of sleep, and also in every 15 days or after every 10 days you can take one or even half day break off from studies and go for a movie or something like that. So that is completely fine, and that is that is completely legit. But so this is it. And also try and reduce the social media addiction, because that is not really a productive thing. You can use social media for, let us say, following an academy, following YouTube channels, for gathering some different informational stuff, or using the Doordarshan app for getting the news updates. So these are absolutely fine. Or you can use Twitter for some different purposes, but avoid all these addictions, like scrolling Facebook and checking all the memes and all the Instagram posts and all these. So just try and reduce all the addiction, uploading photos, checking the comments after every one comment, after every notification your phone rings and you have to go online and check all the notifications. So just try and reduce all these things, because that would severely break your flow as far as the concentration is concerned. And also make sure that your phone is switched off whenever you are studying. So, and also avoid going out unnecessarily. Okay, aaj so weekend hai, chal party karte and all that stuff. So just refrain yourself from doing so, because all these things would break up your flow significantly, and as a result you won't be able to complete the syllabus within time, because only 180 days or 190 days are left if we count from now. So you really need to utilize the time properly. So this is it from this lesson. I am uploading one more lesson after this, in which I would be dealing with the coaching and all the related other aspects. Thank you very much.